What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the 40K Cafe, and today we're going to be talking about the Feast of Blades. This request comes directly from the Discord, which if you want to be a part of, feel free to join as always via the link in my bio. The Feast of Blades is a friendly competition hosted by the Imperial Fist and their successor chapters that wish to be a part of it. After being forced to separate his legion into chapters, Rogel Dorn had established this competition as a way to keep a close relation with all of the chapters and the founding chapter. He didn't want any of his sons to grow apart from one another, and as the chapters would expand themselves out into the galaxy, in this way they would still keep a close relationship and keep the bonds of brotherhood. But seeing as the galaxy is vast, the wars are never ending, and many of the chapters may be pre-committed to countless campaigns, it is impossible for the whole chapter to make itself present for the Feast of Blades. In anticipation of this, the Feast of Blades only needs to be partaken by a selected chapter champion. This champion would represent themselves not only on behalf of the chapter as a participant, but also their support and unity of the Brotherhood gathered. Once every 100 years, the previous victor of the Feast of Blades will host the next one, and the participants are to adorn the armor like that of the Space Marine Scouts, all bearing the same color of yellow for the unity of the Imperial Fists, and their only difference in standing out be that one of the shoulder guards represent the chapter to which they are there for. Upon the beginning of the feast, one-on-one combat takes place in an iron cage-like arena. This is symbolic to the events of the Iron Cage itself, where Rogel Dorn and the Imperial Fist took part in, and he emerged with what would later be the prize pool, the Dorn's Blade. The one-on-one combatants must enter the arena with nothing but the armor that I previously mentioned, their fists, and a blade that is coated in an extremely powerful neurotoxin. After each bout, when the victory emerges, before the next one, the iron cage is reset and the scenery changes. Although the blades are coated in neurotoxins to paralyze your opponent, accidents do happen, but these are overlooked and are understood. The bouts from contester to contester will continue until there is one remaining and the victor will emerge with a Dorn's Blade. And it is up to this victor on behalf of their chapter to host the next Feast of Blades within 100 Standard Terran years. And this tradition has gone on for roughly 8,000 Standard Terran years. The Feast of Blades, despite the tragedies that took before it and the reason for its origins, is something that I find wholesome. A founding legion and their genetic father wanted to keep all of his sons and their kin as close as possible. Much less, it's not exactly something that I would see from Rogel Dorn out of anyone. It makes me happy to see that even the Imperial Fists are allowed to have a little bit of fun in the grim darkness of the far future. The most recent victor of the Feast of Blades came from the Exoriators chapter. I think I'm saying their name right, but that took place sometime in the 41st millennium at an unknown date, and it is up to them to present the Dorn's Blade at the announcement of the next Feast of Blades. With that being said, thanks again guys for listening. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Drop a comment if there's anything you want to hear about next, and as always, remember to follow for more.